Welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week, brought to you by HP Outdoors. Here's your hosts, Josh Palm and Dan Harushka.
Hey guys, it's Josh and Dan, and we're here with another Fowl Friday quick tip of the week. This week we're going to talk a little bit about cold weather gun care, and this is really important in this time of year as we see the colder temperatures kind of coming down from the north. So you need to make sure that your gun is prepared to handle that kind of condition as you're out in the field. For me, the first thing that goes into cold weather gun care and gun care in general is to make sure that you're starting off the hunt with a fully functional weapon that is, in a position to put you, in a reliable condition where when you pull the trigger, the gun's going to function. And to do that, you need to start by stripping off all the old oils and things like that may have accumulated from the previous hunt, or maybe you've had the gun put up for a little while. Before you get out there, just take a good look at it and make sure you clean it up real good. Particularly pay attention to the firing pin. Make sure that moves freely. There's no sort of lubricants and things that could impact that's ability to function. All of those things are really important. As you're in the field and you're actually hunting in the scenario, try to keep your gun protected as much as you can. If there's snow and there's things going on in the field or wherever you're at, try to keep your gun protected. If you're in a layout blind seat, try to keep it in the blind with you if you can. All of that stuff's just going to limit the opportunity for you to, get something in there that can foul up, particularly when you get the cold weather that can really just sort of complicate things. Another really big tip that I like to remind guys is, if you're hunting in the morning and then you're going to take a break for lunch, if you can leave your gun in the pit or in the blind or in the field, that's ideal. But if you can't because of, theft and things like that, if you're bringing it back to the truck with you, try to put it in the bed of the truck. Don't bring it up front with you in the, where you got the heater cranking and stuff like that, because all that's going to do is just allow condensation to build within the firearm and sort of just, kind of loosen everything up. Then you get back for after lunch and you go back out into the cold, temperatures, and all that condensation is just going to lock right up, and that can really have a detrimental impact on your gun. So those are some things that you can kind of do to help prevent a situation in the field. But Dan, what happens if you actually, you have one of these situations occur in the field? Then what do you do?
Unfortunately, I have been here, and I think one thing that's overlooked is the amount of moisture that is in the oil. And like you said, make sure that the old oil is stripped off before you even head out there. But if it's not, something that I use is the break-free CLP, and if it's good enough for the military, it's good enough for duck hunters. And if you've never really hunted a cold freeze, it doesn't take very long for that oil to start gumming up. So the break-free CLP really cleans out your gun, takes all that oil off there, and lets it operate correctly. Another thing, having a gun cleaning kit in the field, if it's 8 degrees out or 5 degrees or 0 degrees and you're taking your gun apart, you want to make sure you have the materials to clean it up. So having a bore snake or anything like that to make sure that you can get your gun back in a functioning order is absolutely key. Another thing I would recommend if you're around any water is to have a hand warmer and a dry rag. There's been a few times where I've actually had water get onto my charging handle, onto my trigger and everything, and it automatically froze. So to have a hand warmer and a dry rag to get that moisture off there is key, because if you start using your breath or anything and trying to get it off that way, it's going to keep frozen. Those are a couple tips for a cold freeze.
Your firearm is arguably one of the most important pieces of equipment that you take in the field with you. It pays to pay a little bit more attention, especially during the cold times of the year, to make sure that you're set up for success the next time you head out.
Looking for more waterfowl hunting tips and techniques? Visit hpoutdoors.com or subscribe to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast on iTunes.